Incredibly people-pleasing. So, you know, if someone's like, we should do, and I'll probably go, okay, what would you want?
I'd want a little, it's Craig Mazin, who has a big one, who wrote the show, has a big one.
Never have I ever met my celebrity crush. Yeah, loads of them. No, but I don't really like meeting people. Have you met me? It's not within my capability.
At work, right? At work, I feel the most creative. I'm in Watford. It's where we shot. It's the studio in Leavesden, where my character doesn't leave for a year. So I didn't go to Spain or Portugal like the rest of the cast. Looking on the schedule, being like, oh, good, Spain. Where am I? Leavesden, Watford.
Portugal was really nice. Mobile phone.
My mobile phone. I don't have one.
You don't know anything.
I don't.
Mira lost her virginity to him, and
Right.
sometimes.
Crucially, House of the Dragon is set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Otto Hightower, Alicent's father, is hand to my father, Viserys. Time period names Rhaenyra, his only remaining child, heir to the throne.
Weird because it's quite a transformative. Yes, mate. I mean, you're like, oh wow, I can look like that. So it was cool actually. It's like a game. This, like, can you concentrate on actual questions?
Remember, I have a photo, like a selfie on my phone of the very first time they put a sort of test wig on me. It's sort of given that it's going to work, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, I remember doing like a little test for the costume and hair and makeup.
Matt was very brilliant, and it was his thought. Yeah, and then it's like one of those really, there are loads of moving parts, like it's a big technical shot, there's like a crane. They allowed that stumble to stay in. It's really beautiful. Damon's like discomfort and the confusion, particularly Viserys' confusion, being unsettling.
There is a petition to decide upon the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
It's like the final act, isn't it? The final big commitment of energy. Like, great, because it's real and because you don't want the baby to cry. You actually want the baby to be some sort of salvation in a situation like this.
Claire from Derry Girls would be manic. I might just go that just because it's.
I'm going to get Chandler from Friends after.
What, all the Friends cast?
Yeah, all the Friends cast would be there. It's so
Oh,
great.
change my answer.
Yeah.
Gunther.
Like galvanising to be in a room with, because from the moment that he steps on set, he brings the conviction of that character of Viserys. And I think it's interesting, right? I feel like this is like one of the first times in the first series that I got to perform in a scene where the patriarchal structure is starting to fracture somewhat. You know, you have this great man who is ailing and no one mentions it, attempting to exact his will, and somehow it's not wholly convincing, and his partner is choosing a different line, and I think it's like it's almost like there's a sort of fragility in the like tectonic plates of the family. Yeah, I mean, I think this show is at its best when it sort of lives in the realm of domestic drama. It's when all of that scale, all of that kind of majestic materiality starts to sing for me, I think. It's funny, I feel like Matt is playing like the narrator or something in this scene, like he's just in the door. Kind of lonely, I don't know. There's so many beautiful actors on the show. It's just like, it's an ever mutating thing. Certainly I think it will make the active viewership kind of more exciting, right? Because there are like so many parts to the series that I've not had the chance to watch yet. So I get to watch as a sort of pure fan, you know, these other narrative strands. And yeah, look, I mean, it really makes you know really know what you lost, I suppose. No, like every time we do get to work, it's a great privilege and very exciting and very thrilling, and you know, nourishes something because it sort of feels old, and so much of us making the first series was, well, for me, was sort of, you know, falling in love with them, with Matt, with Liv, with other members of the cast, and so any time that you get to sort of, I don't know, joy in that is a treat. But
as shows have to move on. I think that's what keeps it exciting. And there are different different gravitational pulls this season for her.
And I wanted to very quickly ask, I know you and Olivia...
Renaissance for me.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, well, you know, great minds and all that.
Like, I won't be treated well in either period, but yeah.
Get all that.
Why don't we go together and then I can sort
Okay.
of 1, 2, 3 ancient Greece I've gone for.
What have you gone for?
Ancient Greece.
I knew it would go with all my...
Kind of look like armour or something.
It's hard, isn't it? Because the question isn't what's your favourite colour.
No, it's
In
not.
case I would have to say blue. But I don't know if a blue dragon...
Is that interesting?
It's a real
It's a
statement.
choice. Also, sort of
It's
fades
a
into
statement
the sky.
dragon, okay, yeah.
I'm blue, man.
Yeah.
Here's my dragon. What colour is it?
Amazing performance in the House of Dragon. First of all, Emma, you look fantastic. Explain this outfit. I love it.
Thank you. I am wearing Black Tie by Acne Studios tonight. I think the vibe is like child piano prodigy, and maybe the recital's not gone well. But I'm sort of doing that, but I'm also like doing trans because I'm wearing some trousers and a...
Look, we're going to take a breath. Come on. We were both saying how excited, how nervous we are, but what does this moment mean for you right now?
I mean, look, it's kind of a surreal thing, right? Because when I was starting out, I really felt that I had to, I guess, pretend to present as a woman in order to find success in this industry. And anyway, I
know yours, but I think it's because you share a star sign with my... That yours is what I think it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3, 2, 1. You Capricorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're very compatible?
Yeah. Would Olivia rather be ruler of Westeros or CEO of Waystar Royco? Also is pretty dogged in the pursuit of the things she wants. I think I think she's courageous. I think she's more comfortable in sort of in discomfort maybe than I am. Like she's prepared to be an outlier sort of to the ultimate degree, which I think takes real guts. I don't know that I have them, but I do think that that's like something to strive. I was in a field with my partner. This came just after I was told that it probably wasn't going to go my way. So I went to the countryside, having auditioned for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Then I got the phone call, and I thought, thank fuck. I just wasn't. I think I wasn't ready to
Let it go.
let it go. Yeah.
Well, good.
What did you do?
I'm nervous.
Okay, tell me about what that feeling was like to ride the dragon.
Yeah, did you ever pretend that your bike was a horse as a child? It's that sort of thing. But like in a good way, it's like playful and imaginative and like you're trying to animate this inanimate object. I mean, albeit like very impressive, like animatronic, but yeah, you're trying to like make that like live and breathe and yeah, so like lovely expressive work, I think.
Now, your friendship takes a bit of a turn in the show. Your friend marries your father. That can make for some therapy sessions, I would have to imagine.
The whole Targaryen family could do a lot of talking therapy, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's a double loss, right? She loses her best friend and the father in one go, so...
If you were a ruler, what would your first order of business be?
Good question.
Doesn't matter how petty. It can be petty if you want it.
It's my second rodeo. I feel like it's a bit like a driving test where the first time is wholly unimaginable and the second time is still absolutely terrifying, but you can at least like picture the scene. Actually, I'm having a lovely time. I've seen there's so many famous people here.
You're so beloved behind us. Everybody keeps coming, Emma, we want a hug. So you can see how beloved you are for sure.
Well, I feel very fortunate because I met two of the people I wanted to, I just met Io and Cynthia, and that was really that was one of my reasons for coming. I really hope that would happen.
Aww.
So I'm good. I'm done. I can go.
Oh, go home.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. But wait, you
Yeah,
have to tell us about your look first. Yes, please.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm wearing McQueen and Bouchon. And you guys ever seen Deadwood?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something of E.B. Farnham, but like sniveling hotel proprietor about this outfit.
I'm into it.
I love that character.
This is an inspirational look. I love seeing a jacket like with this crop.
Thank you.
And that collar is stunning.
Yeah, I think it's like this was like based on like military surplus.
Oh.
And then this guy's giving.
Putting the tension aside, I love we've had to do this all day and it's so embarrassing. I love your mind. I love your mind. I love the way it works. It's sort of like a galaxy brain. You're hyper intelligent and you make me...
Enough. I love your sense of humour.
Oh, thank you. And you make me think about like different perspectives all the time. Like you're sort of like prophetic in that way.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Liv's one of the wisest people I've ever.
What?
It's very embarrassing. So we shot in Wales for 5 weeks, and it was amazing. And not on the flag, but there are obviously lots of dragons in people's gardens and stuff. And for at least like 5 days, I thought it was because the show was shooting there, and I thought, how does everyone even know this? And like, I suppose the show really is. It took like a week for me to remember the Welsh flag.
We had something similar in Paris when me and
Feels like something that happened to someone else. I don't know, like a strange dream or something.
Annoying it would be to be this down the line this far, and if I hadn't done that, actually just how tiring it is, what all of the consequences of that choice would be at the time. But I feel broadly very grateful. It seems to be fine. It's just fine.
How could you be You've come out as you!
Nice, we are connected.
Cole, it's great!
yeah.
I've just got off my page, sorry.
Walk around wearing it.
I would have given my
Oh my god. Who would you couple up with?
Oh God.
My method has been to not think about it, and I've got very good at repression.
It's been such a healthy shoot, hasn't it?
No, but it's worked so well for me. I would really recommend it to, honestly, anyone else. Just don't think about it,
Just
and it
repress
ceases to be an
everything.
issue.
Yeah.
No, I am aware that at some point it's going to come up, but for
Nothing
now...
we can do, though.
No.
Nothing we can do, and that show was its own entity. It was a cultural phenomenon in many ways, and it was its own independent thing, and this is a new independent thing. And it's a different story with different actors, with sort of different people making it.
Everyone will be very horribly disappointed. I also think you couldn't make Game of Thrones now. I think we're in a different climate, it's a different time. Cross, I think, when I had to go and do my buck work, just by chance, and
Just because you were that morning.
I just
Cross?
was, yeah, and
Oh,
I didn't fancy it maybe, and then it turns out it's sort of irresistible. It's like going to IKEA and having to try the taps in the kitchens.
Yeah. It's really
you
windy
can't-
as well. The wind's quite exciting, isn't it?
It is. It's like when you stick your head out of the car and you can't catch your breath.
Yes.
Giddy making. Interview, can you imagine?
Olivia Cook.
not a natural presenter. Describe House of the Dragon Series 2 in 3 words. What would you do if you were queen for the day?
I mean, there's loads of things that I could do that would have like very serious consequences in a good way. I'd sort of make
Rewild all of
Britain.
all of the royal land.
Yes.
They actually own so much of it, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Tons and tons and tons of it.
What can a queen really do now, though? They're sort of just
You could open a building.
I could maybe get a skeleton key cut.
You could get a skeleton keeper
Yeah.
over it. Tree ties about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love
Sort of
to
gets all the
just...
fun bits.
Yeah, he sort of does.
Yeah.
How would you describe Alicent's journey in season...
I don't want the ashes to leave the house. He died here, he needs to stay here.
Here?
Why should Team Black win?
Because it's my inheritance. because Daddy said so. And because Team Black is a collection of sort of odds and ends. We take all kinds. We're quite accommodating of outsiders, which I think is a nice quality.
Yeah.
But mostly because I'm owed it.
True.
Why should Team Green win?
Well, he shouldn't really.
So transformative. It's an airlock. Like, I arrive at work, I don't have to come as the person.
Yeah, or
and
it's
then I have an hour in
purgatory,
like...
whichever way you look at it. It's
Right.
one of the... No, it's not.
Okay,
It
Matt's
is-
in purgatory.
No, I'm not. I'm only joking.
I'm in a
I know
crucible
what you
of
mean,
transformation.
Yes, and I'm in purgatory. No, but it sort of does a lot of the work for you, doesn't it?
It does. It changes.
It's like a mask.
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It changes sort of everything.
It does, yeah.
Talk to each other.
They're quite a cross family, deep down.
They are.
I think they need a great deal of therapy.
They do.
frankly.
They do.
Group therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. Family therapy.
Family therapy.
I think there are like two main things that make Rhaenyra a character who interests me, at least. She is both female and never expects to be heir. That's never on the table. And everything falls apart the moment that she receives the inheritance that everyone looks for. And the other thing is she's someone who I think is at odds with her gender as a result of the position she finds herself in. Yeah, I suppose I'm interested in like all gender questions. So yeah, you have someone whose womanhood is at odds with the role that they've been awarded.
I think they can find out what they want to.
I got Daemon Targaryen.
Yes.
Your personality matches Daemon. You are fierce, strong-willed, and brave. Like Daemon, you're someone who often leads with your heart instead of your head. You'll charge into any situation head-on before you fully think through the consequences. While some might see you as unpredictable, you always have a plan that will help keep those closest to you safe.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Stormzy, yeah. Amazing. Loved it.
Literally, I couldn't make words come out of my mouth to reply, so you may not be the fan of it anymore, but it was amazing.
Wow.
These are not my trousers.
That's sick.
Yeah, I feel like a slight scratch record because I do just love her, and I loved her like immediately. We met sort of the first time we met. We met Miguel and Ryan, the showrunners on the first series. They had us over for dinner when we were both cast, and it was the first time that me and Olivia met. And I sort of clung to her. I think, like some sort of lichen. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't know how we were so fortunate, but I sort of recognized her, and I think maybe she felt the same. And it didn't take long to feel to have like a deep sort of shared understanding of her, of each other.
That's like the most famous cheesesteak in Philadelphia, and it's absolutely.
Is it just cheese on steak?
It's like, I don't know what they're seasoning it with, but it's so much more than just cheese on bread.
So you're going on record that Angelo's is the best bread.
It's a bread?
It's like a hoagie bread.
But the Angelo's ones.
I thought we were talking about a
They
steak.
call them hoagies.
It's like a hot dog.
It's like a sort of a bunch of meat and cheese in a sort of baguette.
God, I'm so glad I asked. I